I guess that makes sense when you've got pretty much most of the Catholics probably in the bag once again. And more to the point, the leading American Catholic prelate providing the incantation at the Democrat National Convention this year a few months ago, remember?
Let us pray. We praise you, O God of all creation. Quicken in us a resolve to protect your handiwork. You are the source of every blessing that graces our lives and our nation.
Really exciting speaker, Eminence. No, really, that was good. That was fantastic. And as His Eminence is doing this, there's a truck out in the parking lot, as y'all remember, handing out abortion pills and vasectomies apparently as well. In the parking lot while the Cardinal Archbishop of Chicago, a guy who just felt it was absolutely necessary for him to ban the Latin Mass, because that's a big problem in the church today, he's inside doing the incantation for the Democrats. And you wonder when the asteroid's going to hit. Maybe this country is just really, really deserving of a chastisement. I don't know. The American bishops took in $129 million from the Biden administration just last year. Just in 2023, $129 million to help with that border issue, welcoming the other, right? We appreciate the efforts by the Biden administration, writes Bishop Mark Seitz, to reassert and grow our nation's proud tradition of welcoming refugees. Thanks, Mark, and do call us when the shuttle lands as well, won't you? We can all agree on the big problem, the massive problem, the global problem in the world today. Pope Francis, he's over there in Rome talking about absolutely nothing, just stuff and nonsense. Everybody knows it's nonsense. Isn't that terrifying? I mean, when the monsters are attacking, the living dead are attacking us, and you look to your dad for protection, and he's just talking nonsense and spinning in circles and banging his head into a wall and messing around with a yo-yo and playing frisbee with the zombies, right? And you're just like, okay, we're totally alone. We're toast because we're alone. Dad's with them. He's nuts. They got to him. They're like vampires. They got to him. He's one of them. God help us. I don't blame Donald Trump for that. I don't blame Donald Trump for dropping the ball right now. I blame Francis, the successor of St. Peter, the vicar of Christ on earth. What's he doing right now? Well, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. And then I blame the bishops, the other successors of the apostles in the Catholic Church. I blame them. What are they doing? Talking climate change still? Are you serious? Excellencies, when are you going to wake up? The true fight is just beginning. I'm grateful for this reprieve, but it's going to involve us becoming a little bit more creative. It's not the time to put the MAGA hat on, the red shirt, and t-shirt on, right? It's really time to discuss what do we do with this opportunity. And I credit Donald Trump, even though I disagreed with the compromise, I credit his strategic brilliance in providing this kind of strange opportunity now. As I say, it has even exposed the wokeism, in my opinion, of the entire Church of Accompaniment of Pope Francis. Grateful for that, right? So, and it's no secret, and I think it's only in fairness that we'd have to point this out. Lots of people wanted to be really hard on Trump, and I keep saying, I don't know, Trump's just a politician. I don't even know if he's Christian. I suppose on some level he's some sort of, I don't know what exactly he is. But he doesn't lead with his Christianity, let's put it that way. But it's no secret that Trump faced nothing but opposition from powerful Christian forces, especially the Catholic Church of Pope Francis, whenever he tried to do anything. He tried to secure the border, and Francis said, well, no, you got to build bridges, not walls, right? He wanted to protect our nation from the globalist, green, woke, godless lunatics, and he got nothing but opposition. Trump got nothing but opposition from the American Catholic bishops. It was the American Catholic bishops who refused to open the churches during the COVID stupid, while Trump was still in office, even after Republican governors had lifted COVID restrictions. It was these useless bishops with their little masks on telling everybody to get jabbed and keeping the churches locked.
I want to say to all of the Catholics in San Diego and Imperial counties that there is only one real pathway for us as a society out of the pandemic, and that is through the embracing of vaccinations by the whole of our community.
I just met this guy, McElroy, over in the Vatican. Oh my gosh, you throw that up on the screen for a second. McElroy and Tobin walking off the Borgo Pio. I thought, man, I need to see it. I got to find an exorcist, you know. But anyway, that's what they were doing. You must get vaccinated, right? You wonder why so many people are walking away from the Catholic Church, why so many people have lost faith, they don't care anymore. Because every time they go into a Catholic church, there's a guy up there dressed in a muumuu who's talking real gentle like that about joy. And nothing. There's nothing there. There's no leadership there. There's nothing you want to follow. That's the image of the Catholic priest, the Catholic bishop throughout the world. And that's why the Catholic Church that's why they went after the Catholic Church first. So when the political situation got like it is today, there would be you wouldn't have any confidence in the moral authority of the Catholic Church because they're all talking like this, you see? And everything that they did, everything that our bishops did was approved, was blessed, was sanctioned, mandated by the Pope, by Pope Francis, who said we had a moral obligation. Remember that winter? The world had a moral obligation to be vaccinated, you know? And this is why traditional Catholics really, at this particular point in time now, we have an obligation, I think, to seize this opportunity to strike and to strike hard, to explain to the world that Pope Francis, you know what? He is the Kamala Harris of popes. He's a radical lefty, right? Whose woke agenda has simply got to be blocked, finally, by anybody who's kept the faith. Why? Why is this so? Because he is St. Robert Bellarmine, Doctor of the Church. He's St. Robert Bellarmine's bad pope, doing to the church exactly what the globalists are doing to our world, especially to our country, trying to destroy it. And if, says Robert Bellarmine, 16th century Italian Doctor of the Church, if it's permissible to resist a pope who attacks the body, souls, civil order, or who attacks the church itself, then it is licit to resist him by not doing what he orders and by impeding the execution of his will. Well, here we are. This is what we have to do. In my opinion, we are called by God to speak out and to speak out now. Why? Because as Pope Leo XIII says, to keep silence in the face of such a clamor against the truth as Francis is putting up right now is either a pure weakness or a hesitation in the faith. Christians, says Pope Leo XIII, are born to fight. So Christians, let us stand up and fight. We've got this chance. When people say, well, it's way too late for that. It's not going to work. That's Pollyanna. That's not going to happen. Really? Because I think it's the only thing that's going to happen. I think it's the only thing left to happen. Everything else has been tried. Everything else has failed, right? I hear people shouting, Christ is King, all over the world right now. You do too. Where did that come from? Why does everyone want to say that? Because they know instinctively that it's the absence of Christ that's the problem. And calling Christ back, like calling the King back, is the only way out of this nightmare.